I think we need to give a bit of a backstory.
Yes.
Guys, we came from humble backgrounds.
Yes, we do.
We were supported by Starry Girls Center, which sponsored our education, some of us up to high school, and we are truly grateful for that.
Yeah.
So back to you in studio.
So that being our backstory, that means that we it's very important, the image that is painted to anyone. And that's why I fight so much for children to have exposure, so that you can have a different image.
Yes.
I fight so much to paint a picture to young people that there is more. If there is more, there is always more. It is for you to come. I came from a one-roomed house. It's the where we are shooting today probably is the size of our entire house.
Yeah.
And we lived 5 people in that household, and there was a point of our lives where we shared a bed, the entirety of my family. That's my mom and my 4 siblings. And to this very date, I joke that one of the most special things in my life is my bed. I do not share it. Yeah. I do not entertain the thought. I do not entertain the opportunity. It's not happening. It's not happening. It meant like it was the first thing that I owned. I came from a 1-bedroom house. It was a mad house. We had been, for an unfortunate reason, affected by post-election violence. So we lost everything. And as such, my mom didn't have a business. We didn't have anything to hold on to. So we ended up living in a small house that looked like this, with a mad house in town. The rent was 300 shillings. I'll never forget, and we couldn't afford it. And it's just the picture of somebody else pitching what life could be and where I came from. It gave me an option.
Yeah.
And that's why I say that's what mentorship is, to give you another option.
Yeah.
And options are very important. Oh my God.
Yeah, because sometimes you can be poor, not just in the sense of finances, but in the sense of your mindset.
In fact, I say there are poverty in 3 levels. You're poor in mind, you're poor at heart, or you're poor in your pocket. If you must choose which poverty to run with, be poor in the pocket, because that can be fixed.
Yeah.
If you're poor in your head, you can live in Karen and still be poor.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Review Podcast. I am your host, kama kawaida, Rachel Anita. Today I have someone here who is not only a friend, but someone who we've known each other for years, since high school, and her passion for mentorship and taking girls through the journey of knowing themselves is something that has stood out for me. Today joining me is Joan Cherotich. Makofi kwake. She's a lawyer, a mentor. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Joan, karibu to my show.
Thank you. Thank
Tell
you
us
so much.
a little bit about yourself.
My name is Cherotich Joan. I am a child of God first.
Amen.
I'm a lawyer by profession, an advocate of the High Court. 4 years standing.
Oh wow.
I am an author of 2 books now.
Yes.
Hopefully more soon. I work. I mentor young people. I'm very passionate about mentorship and holding people's hands. And I am a politician.
You are.
I am a leader in my community. We can say this for future reference. I am coming to Parliament.
She is. That's one I can assure you. I will go and do this as a voter in Bomet if need be.
If need be, yes. That's about that. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
How are you feeling today?
I am super excited. It's such a privilege to be here, to be invited to speak about 1 or 2 things that I may know. It is such an honor. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much for having me. I always say I across the through the year I get to hold the microphone hundreds of times, and I seem not to ever get used to it, because it means in one way or another you get to touch people's lives, and that should never be taken for granted, no matter how often you get to do it. That if I really believe lately I have been thinking about I think it must have been I don't know if it was Dr. Martin Luther King who said, if you want the world to be clean, sweep your doorstep. I really think that if we wanted the world to be clean, like I was working in my estate the other day, and I looked at a place that was dirty, and I remember that quote, and it draws me to whatever it is that we are doing. If we could sweep our doorsteps, because it was dirty and it was somebody's doorstep, and it taught me that if you asked the person why it was dirty, they would say kanjo hawajakuja, they've not done their job. And the second thing, sakaja, kwa nini sakaja afanye kazi yake vizuri, seriously. But I think if we swept our doorstep, the world would be clean, and I am sweeping my doorstep.
That should be sweep on your doorstep on a t-shirt. I have so many things to put on that t-shirt.
Sweep your doorstep.
Why did you pursue a career in law first?
Very interesting. I actually, remembering me and the owner of this podcast, Miss Anita, went to the same high school. Yes. That's how we know each other. So we've known each other for more than 15 years now. Five. Oh, for the camera, five. Yes. For a couple of years now. And anybody that knows me from high school knows that I'm called CJ. So I wanted to become the first woman Chief Justice in Kenya. Honorable Martha Koome decided to run with my dream. And I must say it's also very interesting that during my admission to the bar, I found it quite conspicuous that during the time we didn't have Maraga had just Honorable Justice Maraga had just left, and so his deputy, his DCJ, that is Honorable Mwilu, was standing in for him. And I felt like that was such a special moment that for the first time it was a woman admitting women. Or rather, a woman was admitting, and I was present for it. So it was such a momentous occasion for me. But also, this is so weird. I don't even know how to explain this. This is the first time I'm saying it, and I speak very many times. This is the first time. Growing up, I don't know why I picked this rumor that the Chief Justice earns the most. And
do they?
Yes, they do. They are one of the top 5 people that earn the most salary in the country. And coming from a humble background, I was going to be a Chief Justice because I was going to earn the most. Yeah.
And you deserve to earn the most.
And I deserve to earn the most.
And you're still working towards that, aren't you?
Very much. In fact, I cannot wait to be top earner.
When people meet, I always tell my friends, I have a lawyer. I know a lawyer.
You don't even give me work. Now,
because I'm not yet in trouble. I'm waiting for.
But the good stuff. I have to say this. It's very good. You've pointed that out. I always, when people walk to me and say, now that we're friends, can I now commit offenses?
Exactly.
I'm like, criminals are poor. Let's not do it. Very few criminals have money. So I prefer.
Did you just?
I prefer for you to be on this other side, where you're buying property worth 100 million, and I'm drafting the sale agreement.
And
because you need a lawyer to do that. The due diligence for property, you need a lawyer to do immigration law, you need a lawyer doing employment law. So no, I do not want criminals for clients. Those are poor clients. Very few criminals have money. And the ones who have money are not even caught. Yeah, that's for sure.
They're not even labeled as criminals anyway.
That's for sure. In fact, if anything, they are being applauded by the society.
Yeah. Interesting. Now to our topic of today, mentorship, and why that is important. Why is mentorship personal to you?
Mentorship for me is very personal because it feels like it was a myriad of events for me to eventually become a lawyer, between believing that Chief Justice earns a lot of money and actually reaching the point where in class 6 I decided to be a lawyer. when I went to Chelsea Academy, a very good school in Bomet, shout out. When I went to Chelsea,
are shouting out.
By the way, well, this good they pay.
Yes.
When I went to that school, one of the close friends to the school, to the owner of the school, Mrs. Langat, who happens to be a high court judge, and would occasionally be invited to my primary school to speak to us during prize giving day, whatnot. So they used to be friends when she lived in Nairobi. When she opened a school in Bomet, they came as her friends. I am not joking when I say that I looked at that woman in her high heels. It must have been around 5 inches. In her small-bodied self, with her nice wig, with her nice fitting dress, a lighting from a Prado, and I said, "That's me."
Amen.
I met me.
Amen.
To this date, there are behaviors that I have. I apologize. Like
no, don't apologize.
No, I joke. The apologies are joke. If you take it seriously, that's on you.
Mm-hmm. We are here to thrive in our spaces unapologetically.
Absolutely. I love my heels.
I wish we could have taken. We will take a shot of her heels because they are beautiful.
I love my heels. I actually do not wear flat shoes ever.
Oh, wow.
I almost can wear them to the bathroom.
Yes.
Yeah.
They mean something to you.
I looked at her and I knew this is what I was going to be. So for that, in that space of mentorship, I feel like if as a young girl I saw somebody and figured that that's exactly what I was going to be, I'm only imagining that the more we do the mentorship together, as many of us that can avail ourselves into this space in our small and our big ways, engineers, doctors, artists, painters, photographers, interior designers. I am talking about makeup artists. I'm talking about everybody. You could literally be selling water and somebody can look at you and say, that's me. I want to solve the question of water. Because we know for sure that there are places in this country, water is a problem. So you could be making seats and somebody looks at you and says, this is
nice. Yeah. So I want to learn how to do this.
That is why I do mentorship. That you can, in 1 minute, in a span of a second, you can look at your future. And with a lot of clarity, know that this is what I'm going to do. When I look at where we came from, the homes we came from, and the difficulties that we went through, me and the owner of the podcast at least knows.
I think we need to give a bit of a backstory.
Yes,
we came from humble backgrounds.
Yes, we do.
We were supported by Starry Girls Center, which sponsored our education, some of us up to high school, and we are truly grateful for that. So back to you in studio.
So that being our backstory, that means that we it's very important, the image that is painted to anyone. And that's why I fight so much for children to have exposure, so that you can have a different image. I fight so much to paint a picture to young people that there is more. If there is more, there is always more. It is for you to come. I came from a one-roomed house. It's the where we are shooting today probably is the size of our entire house. And we lived 5 people in that household. And there was a point of our lives where we shared a bed, the entirety of my family. That's my mom and my 4 siblings. And to this very date, I joke that one of the most special things in my life is my bed. I do not share it. I do not entertain the thought. I do not entertain the opportunity. It's not happening. It's not happening. It meant like it was the first thing that I owned. So now, that means the day I went to I posted this story on my Facebook. So I do something on Wednesdays that is called Worship Wednesdays. So when I do a mentorship, I pitch the story just to tell my followers what steps I try not to paint a picture of I have arrived. I give a story of how we got here. So the morning I came to Starry Girls I came from a 1-bedroom house. It was a mad house. We had been, for an unfortunate reason, affected by post-election violence. So we lost everything. And as such, my mom didn't have a business. We didn't have anything to hold on to. So we ended up living in a small house that looked like this, with a mad house in town. The rent was 300 shillings. I'll never forget, and we couldn't afford it. And it just... the picture of somebody else pitching what life could be and where I came from, it gave me an option.
Yeah.
And that's why I say that's what mentorship is, to give you another option.
Yeah.
And options are very important. Oh my God.
Yeah, because sometimes you can be poor, not just in the sense of finances, but in the sense of your mindset.
In fact, I say there are poverty in 3 levels. You're poor in mind, you're poor at heart, or you're poor in your pocket. If you must choose which poverty to run with, be poor in the pocket, because that can be fixed.
Yeah.
If you're poor in your head, you can live in Karen and still be poor.
Put that on another t-shirt. If you're poor in your head, you can live in Karen and still be poor. Yeah. But unfortunately, we don't see this. And we are grateful for mentorship, for bringing that light to you. Have you had instances where you now do have a mentor, right?
I actually have very many mentors. And this I must say, actually, that mentorship, whether or not you have a mentor that you physically attribute to being mentored by, I can tell you this: we are all being mentored. Every day we are being mentored. Your TikTok is mentoring you. I now say that people say, oh, internet is bad. No, you are responsible for your FYP.
For what you consume. Yeah.
Whatever comes on you have made the decision for that algorithm to come towards you.
Yeah.
So one way or the other, you're being mentored. So I have mentors that I know, and I have mentors that I haven't yet met. There are people that are on my radar. There are great people in this country that are on my radar. I'm coming for you. They don't know it yet.
Mark the name. It's Cherotich, Joan.
Yes.
Coming to you soon.
I am coming to you. I have in the speaking world, I have people that that have held my hand. There is a former deputy principal of Alliance High School that I met in one of the speaking engagements, and I was in campus. I had just finished writing my first book. I hadn't even launched it. I was very passionate about speaking and empowering people and doing this. So I'm invited to his school, and he looks at me and says, "You're going to do great things. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to tell people about you."
Amen.
So I came from a place where I didn't believe people. I have very low expectations. Usually, very few times if people get to disappoint me, I don't take it personally. It's okay. It's life. It happens. So he tells me, "I'm going to actually tell people about you." So I'm thinking, people say that.
We've had it before.
Yeah. I moved on. I came back to school, was in class the next day. I received a strange phone call, a principal of a school. I received another phone call, a principal of another school. I received another phone call, a principal of another school. Where are they getting my number? This guy has called them, has referred to them, has shared information about me and said, "You must have this girl. You must have this girl to speak to your girls." And I cannot give gratitude enough to senior principal of Tenwek High School, now in Bomet. He moved from Alliance, came to Bomet. I cannot give enough gratitude to how the trajectory of mentorship has taken for me in the spaces of schools and youth programs, because that gave me a platform. Because I don't know if they were excited to have me, but they were forced into having me.
And it worked anyway.
I always say whichever formula gets you in the door.
And there's really my other thing is there's really no bad publicity. You need to be seen, you need to be heard. And the only way you can get to other people, other children growing up, is by you being seen and getting through the door.
Absolutely. Nobody can hire somebody they don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like nobody can hire you when they don't know you. So let them know you. So he got me into the mentorship space, and that's my mentor when it comes to speaking. I can tell you there are a number of times. Last year, the highlight of my events last year was speaking to all the Catholic schools in Narok County. That must have been over 200 schools in one space. Their principals, their students, such a grand event. And the reason as to why I get to go to events like that is because the person that heads the Catholic has a design. So the way they design it is the education part is led by somebody else. So the person that leads the events know each other with my mentor. So one time he tagged me along to an event. the person that leads the education department saw me and was like, we are excited. We would have you some other time.
Yeah.
So that is the role of mentorship. So I have a mentor when it comes to speaking. I have a mentor when it comes to the legal department. I have lawyers that I would call up to and say that this is what I need. I don't know. I'm not sure I am allowed to mention her name because lawyers like to keep their things under wraps.
Yeah.
So, but in the political world and in the leadership world, I know in the political and in the leadership roles, that one I can say. Honorable Joyce Korir, who happens to be the nominated senator of Bomet, from Bomet County, the current vice chair of Parliamentary Service Commission. That's my mentor. I have mentors for different things. Now I'm trying to get a mentor. And it's good I point this out. I'm also trying to get a mentor in the finance world because I feel like that's really, really important. Money is not guesswork.
It is not.
Money is not. It's not.
You have to actually work for it and think about it when you're working for it. We have a series called Financial Lens. You can also have a look at that. I have been
looking at it. Yes.
You can find 1 or 2 people there
that I can.
Those ladies know their business.
I love the fact that we are coming.
They know their business.
Yeah, women, not women really. We're having a lot of financial literacy coming through, and I don't regret, but I wish I had this information sooner.
But we did get a little bit of financial literacy after high school with GGBC program.
Oh yeah, we did, but I wasn't. Okay, let me say this. Money in my world is 3 things.
Yeah.
You make it, you keep it, you grow it.
Yeah.
The daughter of Rachel, me.
Not Rachel, this one, Rachel Hamau.
Yes, the daughter of Rachel knows how to make money.
Yeah.
And knows how to keep it. It took me quite a while to understand how to invest it and how to save it. So I feel like even when I listen to the conversations of financial literacy, I listen to it with the lenses of how to make it and how to grow it. And yes, I did, and how to keep it. I am not one person that money comes to my hands and it sieves through. That's not my world.
Yeah, no.
Either because I'm informed by the psychology of my money is informed by the fact that I came from a humble background.
It's a traumatic response.
Exactly. It doesn't seep through. But also you have to overcome those traumas if you're gonna be able to go into the next level, to grow it. Because now money, you cannot hold money like this. You have to open money.
Yes.
For it to make sense. So that's the area I am still. So basically I'm saying that one mentor is not going to
cover all the basics.
And then I have mentor for life that I got from high school. Yeah. So me and the owner of the Rare podcast again. We're in a program called Global Give Back Circle,
GGBC.
Yes, and
those guys saved our lives.
I know, and so they paired us with mentors. My mentor used to work in KPMG at the time in the US, and somehow she is such an amazing woman that we have kept we would maybe not speak for 3 months or a couple, but we still talk to this date. I knew when she was getting married. I knew when she was giving birth to a child. For some reason she's always found time for me, interesting. She's always held my hand. She asks me even difficult questions, and she's always there. Literally, she's like, how can I help? So yeah, my own mother is my mentor.
Yeah.
I look at what that woman has been able to do with 4 children by herself. And let me tell you, you couldn't tell me I can do nothing. In this green earth of the Lord, you could not convince me.
You can do it.
You can try, but I can assure you, you're not going to win in this conversation.
That's the best you can do, try.
Yeah, the best you can do is try.
You brought an interesting point of having different mentors for different things.
Yeah.
What makes a healthy mentor-mentee relationship? What makes it work? Because you've sounded like you've had one for a long time. I don't, so I would love to hear that.
What makes it work? One, both parties must really be willing, for sure. Every time I talk to my mentor, and there are nights when I think about what she's done, then I suddenly reminisce on it, then I suddenly text her, and then I'm like, I can't thank you enough. I know I've said thank you, but I couldn't thank you enough for everything you've done. And I kid you not when I tell you, every single time that woman has said, no, Joanne, you've also been contributing.
Yeah.
And I know she has to be kind, maybe, and all those things.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it would have slipped her at some point if she was faking it. I kid you not. The whole from the time I knew her after Form 4 to this very day, she still says the same thing. Yes,
that's a long
more
time.
than 10 years. She's been saying the same thing. She's like, the other day we spoke. So I was planning to do something, and I send her a message, and I'm like, this is what I want to do. What do you think about it? And she reaches out and she's like, actually, it's something that we need to speak about.
Yeah.
So let me know what time works because of the time frames. And then we did speak. And then she was like, we need to do this more often. Number one. Number two, she's like, you have done a lot of work.
You have, John.
And then she really, really, really is very intentional. She's very intentional. So number one, be very intentional, both parties. I know majority of times we say mentees be intentional.
Yes.
And I would say that to this extent, mentees also have to be intentional at some point if you feel like, because some of the mentors are very busy. Time is not the same for everybody.
Yeah.
There are people, if they give you 1 hour of their time, you just won a gold medal.
Yeah.
There are people whose time counts. So sometimes it befalls upon you as the mentee to work really, really hard to build that relationship. And this is what I've learned along the way, that sometimes you reach out and they don't reach out, and you keep reaching out. If there's somebody that is intentional, will eventually reach out to you and say, I have noted, I'm sorry, this is what has been happening in my life, and can we schedule time? Now that is intentionality on both sides. That's number one. Number two, I really would like to think that grow together. So mentorship works more if you are moving together, so that it doesn't just look like now you're far away and you're far away, and it always looks like you're being carried the whole time. Sometimes also it's like, find out the child is, my mentor's daughter's birthday is happening on this day. You remember to say happy birthday when it's their birthday. I am not amazing with dates. I mean, I don't know how to undo it. I forget my very own birthday, but now I mark dates.
Calendars.
Yes, I mark dates now because technology,
yani unajituma, in short.
Yes.
Where you run short, you find something to...
Where you are inadequate, I've always said, where you are inadequate, compensate.
You know, when you say that, I'm sorry, it's like off. They say so a man can be short, but not when he's standing on his wallet. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's
a nice one.
He will compensate the heights with. Yes,
what
sorry.
I watch you say that. No. You're not wrong to a large extent. That's a true thing even, and I'm likely to make a conversation out of it. The man can be short, but not when he's standing on his wallet.
Yes.
It doesn't. If you take it literally, you do not deserve to be on this podcast.
Yeah.
Because here we are rearing smart people.
Yeah, we are rearing on Ravi. I love that.
Yeah. So not everything is literal.
Yes.
I watched one of my favorite shows, and I'm sorry to digress. One of my favorite shows back in the day was Grey's Anatomy. And I'm sorry because I didn't get to finish it, only because at one point they exited one of my favorite characters, and I have a thing for my favorite characters. But I'll never forget one heart surgeon had to operate on his favorite jazz musician. And when he operated on him, and there's something that he did that seemed not to have gone according to plan, and he mourned for days on end. Yeah. And his girlfriend could not understand, like, it's medicine. It can go any way. And I'll never forget what he said. He said that jazz artist is the closest thing he's had for a mentor, because he loves jazz, but when he listened to that jazz artist being asked how did he rise to such great levels, the jazz artist said what he lacks in talents, he compensated with discipline. And he said, I knew I wasn't a talented a doctor, I wasn't the best, I wasn't the smartest, I wasn't the one who would remember everything, but what I lack in talent, I compensated with discipline. Compensate.
Another t-shirt. By the end of this, we would have so many t-shirts, guys. I love that.
Compensate.
So, how can women really get mentors without forcing issues? Because sometimes women, we are taught to be meek and all that. So it's very hard to approach someone. And sometimes when approaching, you're like,
now,
are we forcing issues?
That's our first mistake as women. You're assuming you're forcing issues. That's never crossing the mind of men. Men are never seated somewhere in a conference room thinking, we probably are forcing issues. I say this because I went to politics. And politics is crazy.
You are running for office.
Yes,
and you're still going to run for office again.
No, I'm coming to parliament. That's for sure. Yes. One way or another, I will be a legislator.
And you guys will have this to remind her that she was on this.
Not only that, but we at one point will do an interview in the precincts of parliament, because we will be residents.
Amen.
I went to politics and it taught me something about men and women and the difference. Men don't ask for permission. Men
they just grab it,
do not ask for permission. And that is why when women enter that space, you are fought with so much vigor, because people are wondering, who are you? This is not your space.
How dare you?
How dare you? And if I left politics with anything, that assumption where women constantly are asking, am I forcing issues? That's the first mistake. That's our first mistake. Don't ever think of it that way. This is what I suggest you do. When you find people that you like, and I can tell you, I have found people that I like on the internet even, and I reach out to them. I send them a message. Guess what? These are the two likely options. They are likely to respond or not. If they do, I win. If they don't, I didn't have them anyway when I started.
Okay, another t-shirt. Like, I want to say, this is a thought concept that I changed. I think was it last week or 2 weeks ago. I used to ask myself, oh my God, what's the worst? Like, if this happens, if I go for this, then this. I changed it to what's the best that could happen. If I tried it, what's the best that could happen?
What can come out of it?
Yeah,
but also I feel like you say that, and that's a wonderful thing. I don't know if it was politics or I don't know how I got this, but just vying. I vied at the age of 25, and I was vying for MP. And I woke up one day, I looked at the status of roads in Bomet East, and I just didn't like it. And I believe that in this world, if you can do something about it, do something about it. So I did something about it. I vied. I'm small-bodied. I'm young.
You're a woman.
I'm a woman. I'm unmarried in a culture that is largely patriarchal. I mean, anything that could go wrong went wrong. I'm raised by a single mother. First of all, how we introduce ourselves in the Kalenjin community, you start by mentioning your name, then your clan, your dad's clan, then your mom's clan, then the clan of your mom's mom. So there's no way you're escaping that. So occasionally I had to now decode the fact that I do not have a dad. So how is the clan work gonna work? Some of those things that you sit down and you're like, because you have to sit down and the best way to do and to enter anywhere is to be willing to be flexible. Don't fight the system in one go. If you want to change things, you're not going to change them in one night. That's for sure. So I knew I had to learn this clan thing. So I had to unravel it. So anything that could go wrong was already going wrong by that time. There was nothing that was working for me. The only thing that was working for me was courage. And let me tell you, I did not relent on it. I did not look back. I did not have anything to look back at. I had nothing to lose. I was gonna vie, and I was gonna vie. I don't know. Will I win? I don't know. If you lose, it is a possibility. If you win, it's a possibility. So I went to politics and I looked at men. The audacity.
The audacity.
Men don't ask for nothing.
They just, whether it's a little world they live in.
No, actually, this I've never said before. This thought just crossed my mind. I use this thought for something else, but I can say this for men. If you were to ask men, they actually believe this is their world.
They do.
We only get to live in it.
That's very true.
And if you must get anything from Joanne, this is what I'll tell you. This is also your world.
It is.
That's it.
Just as it
don't
is there.
If you look at somebody you like, Don't imagine that you're stepping on their space or anything. Just ask. The only thing I would say, have a structured, a polite, and amazing way of asking to be carried under somebody's wings. Be willing to pay the price. By paying the price, I mean, if, for example, I am now into listening to a lot of financial concepts, I am willing to pay, even if I need to pay for that class, even if I need to pay to learn investments option, even if there are people I'm looking at, they're on my radar, and I'm thinking, even if I need to pay for their first classes, be willing to pay that price. Don't think you're overstepping. You're not overstepping. It is your world. Would you think you're overstepping if you went to your own bedroom? No. Go to your bedroom if you want. It is your world. Ask. If I've learned anything in this world is that majority of us don't have because we don't ask.
We don't have because we don't. You know what? Let me just finish that by saying, have the audacity of an average white man.
Even a black man.
It is, but white, have you met white men? Like the audacity they have.
I wish you went to politics, you would know.
Like someone doesn't even, they can't even talk, even construct a whole sentence, start to finish. But the audacity of, I'm a man, so I can sit here. I'm a man,
really
so
it's their world. Yeah. So if you look at a room, people say, if you study things in psychology, and they tell you if people enter the room, women, men, and you see who takes the front seats and you see who takes the back seats. When we went, that's why I'm saying politics really woke me up in our aspiration, attempt, desire to look humble as women.
Yeah.
You will take the back seat,
of course,
and then the man would walk in and sit in front. If there is something that politics woke me to, you never catch me sitting at the back. You never catch, because
you won't catch you sitting at the back.
Yes, in anything. Because the microphone in the political world is fought for.
Yeah.
And you guys don't know what politics is.
We don't know.
You
we have no idea.
No idea. For you to see me holding the microphone on every stage when I was vying, I fought for it. There was an entire process. There was an attempt to have me not hold it, and I would fight until I have it.
Is it like you're vetted or something?
Not really. People don't know you.
Oh yeah, so who are you?
So they will call former MP, former MCA who is known for something. You've just gotten admitted. I had just gotten admitted in law school. So I'm trying, my family is not known. So I would be competing with people whose fathers were MP once, because I had somebody like that in the ballot paper with me. I had somebody else who had been a former MP. I had somebody else who had been a former manager somewhere, director of KTDA somewhere. So people have names. What's your name? Cherotich, from where? So it is, and then you're a woman. Now we you go sit down. Actually, that's it. They called me. They used to call me a child, and I say this to empower women, and I say this to. I hope you can feel my energy when I say this. As a woman, it's still your world. Number one. Number two, find that way. If you want something, really want it. Please don't be playing. Don't apologize. Don't be willing to give it up. If you want something, want it and mean it. So I started, and then they're like, sasa wakili yako wapi? So I would campaign, speak, and then they're like, sawa, hiyo maneno ni mzuri. Wakili yako wapi? I'm like, mimi ndio wakili. Kabisa. Wewe.
How?
Wewe ni mdogo. Uko sure? And in Kalenjin is even more funny and more weird. Okay, then
it's condescending. Like
they wouldn't. I didn't even take it so personally, except in instances where even women would do it, and it was even weirder. But eventually, I discovered that they were calling me a child. And this is what I responded. But they were not wrong, really. They are not wrong in terms of my cultural perspective, is because in my culture, they believe. In my culture, women and children are referred to children. So it is not uncommon for a husband to be asked by his male friend, how are your children? And by that, they denote your wife and your kids. It's the same thing. So if they call you a child, it's to them it's more or less the same thing. And I know to the very many fronts. Yes. To the very many fronts. Exactly. To the very many fronts. It was just a cultural backup that they had. So this is what I did. This clip went viral. I meet every Kalenjin leader and they watch this clip. I got messages all the way from the US at that time. I even got people who now are willing to even fuel my car a day or two from the US because of this clip. I remember just going to the meeting and I said, I have been told I'm a child. But I also would like to ask in this meeting that in the instances where somebody is cooking and in the setup of most African homes, particularly in the village, the kitchen is away from the main house, and the place where utensils are placed are outside when you wash dishes and all that. I said, in the event that ugali is ready, and the woman was cooking ugali and the husband is somewhere in the sitting room waiting for the ugali and vegetables and milk. In our context, I said, who would you send to get the plate or the hot pot? Is it the man, the woman, or the child?
The child.
And everybody said the child. I said, that's exactly what I'm asking you, to send me to parliament because you only send children.
You use them in their own words.
What? To this very day, everybody just makes fun of it. They say you and words.
Brilliant.
I say this. I really believe that half of the world is courage.
Yeah.
And every time we attempt to put you down, or we attempt to test your courage, or we attempt to test your veracity on something, the only thing the world is asking is, are you serious about it? There's no other question. When everybody is looking at you like, you're not gonna do it, they're not demeaning you. The world is testing, are you serious? When people look at you and say you're not gonna go far, then don't take it personally. They're asking you, are you serious enough to prove us wrong? That's the question. In fact, what we are trying to find out, we are trying to find out things about you.
Yeah.
We are asking you things about you. So when people would look at you and say, it's children, so we are asking you, do you know about this fact? I say this even when I speak to girls about self-esteem and how people begin to look at you. I say, do not ever allow anybody to introduce you to yourself.
Yeah.
Do not ever make that mistake. Nobody can tell me I'm dark. I own a mirror.
I can see it for myself.
I have been checking since I was born. Too many years.
Too many. I know exactly.
I am aware.
You're not coming to introduce Joan to myself.
Never make the mistake of allowing people to introduce you to yourself.
Yeah.
So when people ask you things, we only ask you to test if you're serious, because people are joking. I was speaking to a friend of mine the other day, and I say this, and it's something that is in my spirit now. But as a country, I don't know how to say this. As a country, we play too much.
We do.
We play too much, we joke too much, we find things that are funny not to be funny, we find things that are supposed to be funny not to be funny. We have an inverse proportion of something. We have accommodated nonsense for far too long. This rare View podcast should be at the top of its game, but no, we like gossip, we like nonsense. If we are here talking about somebody's ass that was something, we would be doing much more.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a conversation where weekly she is talking about finances, she's talking about what to do with your life as a woman, what's the psychology, the traumas, healing and learning so that we can unlearn. But no, we don't take it seriously. We want an opportunity to gossip, we want an opportunity to look down at others, we want an opportunity to speak about things that don't make no sense, things that will never improve us, and we are okay with it, is my problem.
How do we fix that? Because it's a collective, it's like a group,
it's a collective
kind of
responsibility. And I go back to, if you want the world to be clean,
clean your own doorstep.
I say when I have young people come to me and say I would like to be mentored by you, I will always take them back to go and think about it if you're serious, because we are not coming to my space to play. We mean business here. We are not joking here. We read books here like our life depends on it. We listen to proper podcasts. We go on the internet and we take the right side. We are willing to be called weird. We are willing to be labeled foolish. We are willing to pay the price because it's not easy. Because the moment you walk around and you're reading a book, people look at you like, you could be watching TikTok. Why are you reading Psychology of Money? You must be willing to pay that price. So I say, go and consider it again, because you're not ready. Here we wake up at 5. And I know the world will tell you, don't worry. Wake up anytime you want to wake up. After all, we will all die.
It's interesting because that concept of, but what? I don't want to just die and just. Like that how many people have died, but we still remember Martin Luther King, remember this person, remember Mother Teresa. Why?
Because they are people who just were willing to pay the price of being weird. Every time when I listen to people because of the public speaking world, the people I listen to, and as a public speaker, I am public speaker professionally, and then I am a leader and political leader sometimes. So when I go to the ground, I am usually looking at people when they hold the microphone, and I'm like, and maybe it's even giving me ideas of businesses to train public speaking.
Yes, you should. It is a thing.
I just
took a course like 2 months ago on public speaking.
I probably will curate something because sometimes I look at people speaking, I'm like, shoot. You just kill the vibe for all of us.
Yeah.
You have the right content, you just don't know how to put it. You bored the whole crowd, everybody is half asleep and it's been only 2 minutes. You don't know how to highlight, you don't know how to voice intonation, you don't know, and I'm just all of these things between public speaking and being a political leader and all those things. And I still think that the work is for you to do it, because there are things that when I listen to people speak, there are people I know for sure they've done the work. And let me tell you, what we are in our decision to be comical, and I don't know where we picked this thing. we suddenly just want to be fun every time.
Because we have so many problems, so we don't want to think about our problems, so we just want to laugh about it.
No, it's not true, because let me tell you, no one is coming to fix anything for us, for sure. We have very many problems. Have you been to Uganda?
I have. I have.
You know what it means.
Yes, I know.
We have very many problems. Have you been to DRC Congo? I have been to DRC Congo.
Yeah.
And people still sleep in tents in the middle of let's not even go down that road. And I'm not saying, I know the joke that we say that we tend to compare ourselves to the lowest of the lowest, but I'm only saying this to point out to the fact that how you decide to view the world is how it's going to happen.
Yes.
I can tell you that, I used to think, sometimes I'm always like, there's no money. There's really no money. There's no money. Where is money? Why don't I have money?
Yeah.
Who has taken all the money? And then sometimes I open my mind to last year was one of the years that I did a lot of work. We did a lot of work as my company DFG, that's Destined for Greatness. We did a lot of work with speaking. I barely slept on my bed. Which I love and protect.
Yeah.
I was in North Rift, I was in South Rift, I was in Western Housing, I was everywhere.
Yeah.
The traveling, the mentorship, because now my base has been in school and I just want to work hard more and escalate even to other spaces. And the traveling, the everything, the doing the work. And I can say by the grace of God, we made money.
It finally brought something home.
We made money. I know we say, oh, nothing pays, this country is this, but I am seated here and I'm telling you, there are people that are making money in this country.
They are.
The question is, why is it not us?
But sometimes when you follow your passions, as you have,
that's
that fast.
No, now that's another thing.
Yeah.
That this is why mentorship is important. You asked initially.
Yes.
One of the things that mentorship will teach you is patience. I couldn't say that enough. This is my latest quote. There are questions that can only be answered by time.
There are questions that can only be answered by time.
Period.
It's easier said than done, though.
That's exactly.
To learn.
That's the thing about mentorship and about life. That everything is easier said than done. When I study people with with a really good microscope and try to figure out how people got to where they are.
Yeah.
When I look at athletes, I love athletics, and we're in the athletic space now as a country. And I look at people win their gold. And when I go to North Rift, boy, oh boy,
Tell us about it.
The very mornings that I'm waking up, having my nice breakfast. I'm in Eldoret. I'm probably speaking somewhere, Uko Elgeyo Marakwet. So we'll have breakfast. We'll be chilling. We'll be gossiping, talking stories with my mentor, one of my mentors, who is head of prosecution in one of the counties in Kenya. We'll be chilling with, and then sometimes I arrive in Eldoret and we have an event at 8 a.m. because we have 3 schools to cover that day.
Yeah.
And as we are traveling at 6 a.m., there are people who've already covered 2 hours of kilometers by 6 a.m. They're on the road at 4. One day, there was so much bad traffic on Nakuru Highway as I was going to Eldoret. I got to Eldoret at 3 a.m. There were people on the road already, running, practicing.
What? So when we see them earning those goals, they actually
there are people who earned it
so hard for that.
Athletes, they've it's so sad. They run with torches even. They have trucks of vehicles that are following them, and that is when I look at them and I look at everything that we celebrate. It is a concept about life. So I would like to say, be patient with yourself. I've been doing mentorship before I even curated it as a business and all that. I remember when I would go and speak somewhere and they were just like, Kunja, you know, it looked like a bride. It looked like don't worry, you know. And
you will make it. You will afford. Okay. You will get something. Yeah. For now, just maintain.
So. And there are levels that I even aspire to as I speak now. There are places, there are things in my head. There is where I'm going. I am sure which stadium I'm gonna be speaking. I have written it down somewhere, but it takes time. Be patient. Like I said, there are questions that can only be answered by time. And if you're in the process of doing something, even as you watch this podcast, as you begin that business, as you start, and this I must say also, I planned to say this, and I'm glad I have gotten to it. Sometimes I plan to say things and I forget. I plan to say this. Sometimes what you're doing may not be it. I'll say it again. Sometimes what you're doing may not be it. But this is the beauty about the universe. As you continue to do, because the universe appreciates doers, it will eventually lead you to the it. So you could be here at the Rare View podcast and you've pushed, you've done everything, you've done the excellence, and your audience and myself have seen it, the excellence to have all these things released, how many, you're making sure you're consistent, you're all that, and you're just like, I want to grow this page, I want to do this. I could surprise you by telling you could be the next biggest moderator MC in Nairobi, and Rare View podcast may never grow to the level that you want, but you become the next big moderator in this city.
Do you know funny that you say that? Because I just did a moderating.
I know. Gig. I am on your radar.
Funny thing, my friend Winnie, another friend of ours from high school, was telling me, Anita, do you know, sometimes maybe the podcast was a means to an end. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I did a podcast. I invited Pinky Gelani, if you know her. She's big in the media world, and she accepted to come on my podcast. Then from there, it just spirals. Then she was like, Anita, would you like to come to I went to one of our events. She does What Women Want. Amazing community. I went to the event. That's why we actually... That's another event
we did together. We didn't do What Women Want. Yes. We did something finance together.
It was What Women Want, Let's Make Money, Honey.
Exactly.
Yes. Then after that, I think she saw me, then something clicked in her head when Pinky saw me. She calls me again, Anita, I want you to moderate. I'm like, Pinky, I have never moderated in my life. I don't even know if I can speak. You know, here it's different. It's just us, a few people and camera. It's calm, it's peaceful. In front of 500 people. And last Saturday, by now, that time, I was able to moderate. And Winnie was telling me, Anita, maybe this is what you were meant to do. And I'm like, you know what? I even updated my Instagram profile, and I'm going to update on Facebook too. I'm now a moderator, and I'm open for business.
Yes.
So I'm grateful for that, because I didn't know I had it in me.
I always say, I have been in the place of prayer as a person of faith. I am a person of praise about things. And nowadays, even when I speak, I don't take things casually. I don't
Yes, yeah. There's power in the tongue.
Throw out words, even to my friends. I speak to people and they're like, I was thinking about that. Sometimes it's your friends are your prophets. Don't take it casually. Yeah. Some God is already sending you people to tell you which steps you should be taking next. So I say this because I wanted to highlight the point that what you keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It may not be it, but it could lead you to it.
Yeah.
So the universe has an interesting way to introduce you to yourself.
Yeah.
It has an interesting way to lead you to the very thing that will make you fulfilled. But like we said, the person that is going to enjoy the song is already the one that was on the dance floor.
Yes.
When the music was being played.
Yeah.
Majority of us are outside the dance floor. Waiting for
the beat.
Waiting for our song. You're like, that one, no, I don't know it. That one I've had, but not yet. Not yet. Mine is coming. And you're waiting for yours, and people are jumping on the dance floor. People are jumping on the dance floor, and they're getting their moves, and they're getting their glute, and finally their song comes in. And if they close the stage, you're like, oh, that's my song, but you can't enter the stage anymore because the stage is full. So sometimes you have to enter the stage and dance to music that you don't even know what it means. But your song is coming. But your song is coming. Your tune is coming.
I feel like this has become you're preaching life into us. So I love that. Yeah.
Your beat is coming. So I have an interesting way of meeting people. I do not know how this happens. It's a very interesting thing. Let me tell you, I am one person that believes that everything works for me.
Yeah.
There is nothing you could do. I'm not kidding. There is nothing you could do that's against me.
Amen.
Everything is working
out for me. Everything's working out for me.
Whatever you're putting
working out for me.
Yeah. You're just piling.
Yeah.
You are contributing.
Yeah.
So there was something I wanted to say. What is that thought? Wait. Now
you're talking. Oh, I started singing. Sorry. We were saying about nothing can come against you. That you believe everything that is for you will find you.
So I was telling the story about how I align with people. Yes. So in all majority of the Ubers or the Bolts that I use, the stories are usually very interesting. They don't know I'm a speaker. They don't know I am an inspirational speaker. They don't know that I look forward to touching people's hearts and pushing them to their goal. Nobody knows nothing. I've just ordered the right. Not once, not twice, but a couple of times. And this is the story I want to highlight. I met somebody and the direction to my house is always a bit confusing. So I said, you go here, you go here, you go here, then you come here. And I try to be as precise because I know that it's a bit confusing because the map doesn't seem to pick it
the location
as it should. So I said, turn down. Then he caught it without so much explanation. So as I got in, I was just appreciating him and I said, that's interesting the way you just somehow knew my house without a lot of explanation. Then he says that I am actually a geography teacher. I went to university and I've studied geography and Kiswahili. And I said, oh, interesting. Tell me more. I didn't say in those precise words, but in my head I was like, tell me more. Yeah. So he's like, I went to campus. When we finished, we came to the employment world. There were no jobs. So this is what I'm saying. Keep doing it because it may not be it, but it will lead you to it. So it comes to the employment world. There are no teaching opportunities. No one is hiring. TSC is full. And I can tell you, I am very close to those people at the top there. I know TSC is crazy. So he looks for a job, he didn't find it. And guess what? This guy shocks me by telling me he went to work in Mjengo. With a degree. He did.
Because he has to put food on the table either way.
First of all, he wasn't going back home. He was like, I'm not going back home. I came from Uko Kambani, Uko Ndani. There are already circumstances at home that do not allow me to go back. So, you know what? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to figure it out. He goes to Mjengo. You will be surprised how life can lead you. So he's in the Mjengo and he sees, one of the days he sees that one of the Mjengo people are going to reflector. You know that reflector that says, Tuna peana boda, piga hii number. Guess what my guy decides?
Alipiga your number.
Kupiga your number. So he calls the number, starts to, find out a way. he was given the regulations on how to get a picky on a loan and pay some amount of money, which he did. When he finally got the picky, he started running errands for people. He tells me the margins were good for him because he eventually got those permanent sort of clients. The ones that are like, come here, do this, and they put you on some form of payroll.
Yeah.
He started saving money, and when the money was a bit enough, he took it and took a loan and bought his first taxi. By the time we are speaking, he owns 3 taxis. He owns land in Thika. When we are speaking, he's like, I am actually not being employed. He said one of the things that his teacher said when he taught him business in campus is that we are looking for more employers in this country than we are looking for employees.
Yeah.
This is the bottom of the line. That keep doing it. It may not be it, but it will lead you to it.
Together, class, keep doing it. It may not be it, but it is leading you to it. Thank you, John. Before we wrap up,
yes,
you wrote this book, Destined for Greatness,
yeah,
which I think is your baby. I know you might write so many others, and I know you will, but Destined for Greatness was your baby. Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about how that came about and why the title Destined for Greatness?
It's actually my baby. It's really my baby because I have called it. I have even called my company that name. Yeah. And I'm looking to do, by the grace of God, will do great and wonderful things with that company for sure. When I wrote the book, I came by my friend in one of my friends in campus has his father was. Oh, I totally remember that now. Was a principal, and so she came in with a book. And I read the book by one of my mentors now called Alfred Arita. He's in the speaking world. So I look at the book and I'm like, can I borrow it? And I borrow it and I go and read, and he has his number behind the book. I call him. What did I say?
Call. I have the audacity.
Yes.
What's the worst that could happen? What's the best
Actually,
that could
nothing.
What's the best
no one
that
is,
could happen?
It's your world. If you knew it was your world, you would have had it better.
Yeah.
I call him. I'm so and so. I got your number here. I am looking to write a book, and I would like to have a meetup with you if you would allow, and if your schedule allows. And always when you speak to people that you're looking to mentor you, do not assume that they were waiting for you.
Yeah.
That is one assumption I meet with people. They say, I texted you, you didn't respond. There is nobody that is waiting for you.
Yeah. People have things to do with their time.
It is also their world.
Yeah.
Like I said, it is everybody's world.
It's everyone's world, yeah.
So people are busy. So always assume that they're busy.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you must do. And when you assume people are busy, it tells them that you take their time seriously.
Yes.
So whether or not it is public relation, it is also courteous, and it also tells you've elevated your pitch.
Yeah.
You know when you learn about pitches?
Yeah.
So I said, hi, my name is so-and-so. I would like to check your schedule. If one of these fine days you're able to sit with me, I know you're a busy man. If you're a busy man, I don't know. But now you have made him important.
Yes.
It is called psychology.
Yeah.
So now I say, I know you're a busy man, but I would like to have a sit down when you are able.
Yeah.
And he says, sure, let's meet up next. Let's talk next Tuesday and see what works. Next Tuesday, he doesn't call me. And I'm already thinking, should I call? Should I pester? At the time, you know that thing where you're like, without feeling, like you're forcing issues.
Yes.
So I take the phone and I call him again. He said, I'm so sorry. I was actually available today, but I totally forgot.
Yeah.
I am available tomorrow for breakfast. Did I tell you it's your world?
It's your world.
It is your world. So I call him. We finally meet up somewhere on Thika Road. I'll never forget. I still look at that hotel to this date, and I remember it with a lot of precision.
Yeah.
We meet up and we get to talking, and he's just listening to me, and he's like, great, you're going to be a good speaker. Let's write this book. And we started writing the book. I didn't even have a title at the time. We started writing this book. I'm writing this book. I didn't know much about books. I am even not. I wouldn't say if between speaking and writing, I'm more of a speaker than I am a writer. We are pushing, we are doing, and then eventually we write the book, we are editing, we are doing what. That's another lengthy story to tell another day. And so we eventually finished the book, and it's like, what should we call the book? We have options of name, and then he says, Joanne, you're going to do great things. You're actually destined for greatness. And that was the light bulb moment. Yes. Then I said, what do you think about that? He said, what? I said that. I said, you just said the name of the book. I said, what do you think about destined for greatness? It's like,
Oh,
Yes,
yes, that works.
that works. And then poops, we had the name, and then we called that Destined for Greatness, and we are grateful. I would like to write more books. I'd like to impact the world more. The only thing I want to do is to do my little work now where I am, because I am a person who believes the universe is a reward.
It is.
So
I also believe that.
Yes. So we keep doing what we have to do. We keep in the small spaces. If you're some people are also just sitting and wondering, how do I enter into this mentorship world? I feel like it's a good world. I would like to do this. Don't take it for granted. If you're given 2 people to mentor, I have been in spaces where I am mentoring a very small space, and then I have been to the big schools in the country. And when sometimes the people invite me to the small spaces and be like, we are a very young school, we are very small, I hope you will not mind. I am like, I take everybody very seriously. Whatever space that you're given. Back in the day, I would actually go, I would speak anywhere. I would speak to 2 people. I would speak 3 people. I still do. In fact, the other day I have just done dinner with somebody the other day with the 2 daughters, and I will go to any meeting. Because that's how to grow, and also that to tell the universe that I am actually ready for this, and I'm willing to do this. So every time you present yourself, don't present yourself to the universe with conditions. Present to yourself to the universe and say, we are ready to do this. Now, one of the things I say, I'm still working on it, and I say this with a lot of humility, that one day I am going to be in a world stage.
You are going to be.
One day I am going to be standing next to the big wigs in the industry like Tony Robbins. I am going to be standing next to the big wigs in the industry like the likes of Lisa Nichols. I am going to be standing next to the big wigs like Ian Lavanzant, Kina Oprah Winfrey. I will be in one stage with those people. But that being said, I will take every stage that life will give me, because I don't know which one will lead me.
I love that. I will take every stage.
I will take every stage.
And own it.
And I will do such a good job in a small stage. The universe will be wondering why they didn't give me a bigger one. So yes, if you're wondering how to do the mentorship space, I would invite you, start. Number 1, look for your pace. What are you talking about? What do you want to mentor about? And majority of times you're already in the space of mentorship, in terms of if you went to a certain career, there's something that you're passionate about, there's something you overcame. For example, you can always be like a self-esteem queen. You can literally sit down, and if I sometimes I'm like, should I be a self-esteem queen?
You do really well though in that space.
The problem with me, I feel like I'm trying this, then I'm like, I do really well. Stop, Joan, stop.
Humility, please come back.
Yes,
please come back.
Let's not
ground yourself.
Exactly. So that you're not everywhere.
Yes, at the same time.
But I'm just saying that you could be in the photography industry, you could be in the makeup industry, you could be in SMEs. You don't wait. I know we've been told that Vusi Tembakwayo in terms of business is the person that is leading, but your village, are they looking for Vusi?
No, they're not.
Because they are not likely to find him. Because he's not coming to your village. So who are they finding in your village? You. So curate your whatever into whatever it is that you feel like you're very passionate about, that you would like to go out there. I have a friend who is very passionate about mentoring boys and is out there fixing and doing something about boy child. As we all complain that boy child, she is somewhere, and I want to applaud her.
It's actually a lady.
And imagine. Wow. She's somewhere finding mentorship and creating programs and doing wonderful things. So I say, find it. And like I said, if you must take something from this conversation, this is it. It's also your world. That's it. So whatever it is that you think you can do, it is your world. It is yours also.
And I also say, if you say you can or can't, you're right.
You're always right.
You're always right. It's up to you to choose which one.
Absolutely.
I can't. You're right. We won't argue with you.
We are not arguing. And if, because it will happen, but I only use if. And when, let me go with the right adjective. And when we look like we doubt you, when we look like we are testing you, when we look like, do you know what you're doing? It is not us who are trying to tell you what you should do. It is you who is telling us what you're doing. So now, do not forget to tell us that you know what you're doing. We're only asking you, are you serious enough? That's it. And if you start fighting with us, you start, oh, this person said, I never made it because that person said, you've proven our point.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
You just made us right.
Wow. Joan.
Yes, my dear.
Joan.
Yes,
how many times have I called
African mothers?
I think,
terrorizing us by all means and ways that they can fight terrorism.
So I have had this. Thank you for coming onto my podcast. Thank you for reminding women that they can do it. Because at the very heart of Rare View, which is a question, I remember a year ago I didn't have the answer to this question. Someone would ask me, why are you doing Rare View? And I'll be like, oh, it's just lifestyle. It's just, but now at the heart of Rare View is to remind women who they are. Who are you?
Who are you?
And who do you dare to be? So I'm really grateful for you for coming in and reminding us. Even me myself, I've asked myself, why don't I have Anita? Why? There's something you're not doing, but you know what? I will do it and I will fix it. When I speak to schools, you said something, and I usually tell them, I know I will make you laugh. Yeah. But I was not sent to be a comedian. I love comedy. I love comedy, but I am not sent to be a comedian. Yeah. My work is to stir your soul. Yeah. My work is to ask you questions that will stir your soul. Yeah. My work is to push you. That's why for such a time as this, that's why I was sent to just ask you questions that will take you back to by the way, this is possible. Why didn't I think about it this way? I should. Yeah. And thank you so much for having me, my dear. I don't take it for granted. I will never. And I pray that this becomes my story for the entirety of my life. I will never take any opportunity for granted because everything matters. Yes. And there could be just one person watching this and they're like, wow. Everything matters. Actually, for that person watching this and saying, wow, where do they find you, Joan? You'll find me, I'm very active. Very, very active on social media platforms by CJ Cherotich. On Facebook, CJ Cherotich on Instagram, CJ Inspirations on TikTok. Basically, that's it. CJ Chero on Twitter, on X now. Yes, that's if you inbox me, you will get to it. Your time is also precious. Before we depart, before we finish it, I gotta say this. Yeah. I didn't think I would ever be teaching communication. Yeah. But from the look of things, it's got to go to the factory and curate a program to teach communication skills because opportunities are being lost at the path of poor communication. Yeah. Young people that are going to be watching this program on this beautiful date, on this Monday, September 2025, if you watch this 5 years from now, if you watch this 10 years from now, it will still be as true as it is today. I am going to say this, communicate well. Yeah. Nobody is seated at their homes waiting for your message. No one owes you nothing. Every opportunity is there, it's available, it's your world, but you have to go, and you have to go in steps, in good steps, my dear people. High does not cut it. Do not hire anybody. In fact, I joke that the only thing that is high is the price of fuel. Do not hire anybody. Do not hire anybody. Do not hire anybody. Make sure you are hard. You high? My name is so and so. This is why I'm reaching out. Because if you compose, if as great CEO, a great mentor is going to see your message, they must be able to decode everything in one go. Yeah. I do agree with that. I could not emphasize this enough. I'm sure I by the grace of God, I've grown a big number on Facebook and TikTok. And I see so many highs. People come to me and say, you've never responded to my message. Can you imagine how many highs are in there? Yeah. I also really don't like that. Hi. So what? So hi then? First of all, it's a strange, even on WhatsApp, it's a strange number. Hi. It's exactly. I don't have time for that. This is, and I say this, you must love your name so much that you're willing to throw it out as many times as possible. Yeah. I do not assume at any level that people know you.
I call people and I say, hi, my name is Cherotich Joan. Don't I love my beautiful name?
Joan, utatumaliza.
Hi, my name is Cherotich Joan. I saw you on Facebook. I'm called CJ on Facebook, and this is why I'm reaching out. And people will sometimes be like, stop, I know your name. I'm like, well, it just has to go that way. Yes. So this behavior where you assume hi, no one is responding. I met somebody. This is in conclusion. Please communicate well if you're going to get amazing mentors. If you're going to grab opportunities, communicate well. I met an amazing guy who is in the US, saw me on Facebook, reached out, hi, my name is so and so, I am in the US now, but I would like to do this program with the young people in my village. When I get back, I will communicate, I'll reach out. We spoke and we concluded. I gave him my number, and that was that. When we went to Nandi County to do the event for him with the young people, and it was such an amazing event, I learned so much from him. I looked at him and I said, my God, I want this humility to look at me with the money that he has and this humility. You know, you can be humble when you're poor, because what else can a poor man be? Anyway, apart from I mean, what else can you be? So I meet this amazing man. I meet this amazing man who's done very well for himself. And this is the shocker. This guy he made a rule with himself back in the day when rules were a bit not stringent as they are now under the President Trump's regulations. Back then, when rules were a bit better, he says he looked at his village and he said, I want to do better for my village. So he says, I didn't want a parent to call me and say, there's a fundraising. Another parent called me, there's a fundraising. So they sat down, a couple of them in the US, and they said, we want to take a child in every family. So that when your parent needs help, they call you.
Yeah.
So he says, if you need help, hi, my name is so-and-so, and so-and-so. And then he goes on to say, every time anybody sends him hi, he says, I'm assuming you're checking up on me. And because I don't know you, I'm okay. I answer it with my mouth.
Guys, those are people that can change your life. They answer it in their head. I'm okay. I'm fine. Thank you for checking up. And that's great.
Yeah.
I think I also do the same. When I get a hi, I'm like,
no, actually, it's not a bad thing. You've already responded. You're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
And we move on. So, young people,
learn to communicate. Learn to communicate
in one message.
Yes.
In one message.
One very solid message. Or at least, atakama it's not just one. You can say, hi, I am this one. But make it compact.
Hata kuna
don't have time.
Amekuwa akitaka kukuja kwa hii rare podcast. Probably akona kitu ya maana kusema. But ametuma hi.
Uzo zinakuanga filtered. I just realized, funny enough, talking of highs, I just realized under my own Instagram, there's a whole part of messages that I have never seen because they're just highs.
Yeah.
Guys, learn to communicate. Joan, tumalizie, thank you so much for coming to my show. Thank you so much for keeping the fire alive.
Amen.
I am so proud of you, Joan.
Thank you, dear.
You know, you don't know it, but I remember you saying you'll be a lawyer one day. And there's just something about seeing someone grow and blossom into what they wanted to be. It's so encouraging. For so many other women out there, it's really encouraging.
I'm sorry, we're supposed to be closing.
Joan!
Now, there's one of our classmates in high school that used to be called Margaret Ayeko. And she promised herself, she's the first girl, okay, like the way people tell me, she's the first girl that I saw very passionate about modeling.
Yeah. And I've seen
and now she's competing for Miss Dubai.
Wow.
And I looked at her, I reached out on Facebook and I said, my dear, this is what I'm going to say. I am so happy to see somebody who fought for something
they believed in.
Kumbe unaweza fanya hii kitu. She was so sure.
Misawa. Thank you. Let us conclude. People have seen. People have heard. If they've not seen, they've heard. Please, guys, communicate and go after your dreams. And if you can, find a mentor who will help you at least see the vision. Because sometimes we think we're in a box and you can't think past that box.
Yeah.
You need someone to show you, there's a whole entire world. Thank you, Joan, again.
Thank you so much.
Remember to share, subscribe, and like and go to her pages, come back to our pages, and let us know what you think about this episode. Share with a friend who might need to hear this. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.